Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kaye Boehning with Tomorrow's Pros Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Welcome in. It's just because it's 1 year. You know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, usually by 1 year you don't have all the technical glitches fixed.
By what?
1 year. Usually it's by the 20th year you have them fixed.
I don't think that's true.
So there you go. Hey, we wanted to put a special graphic up today. We changed up the intro video just a little bit, and we're still working on that. We did this strategically, Kaye. Now, Kaye said, Rob, you had plenty of time to do this. I said, yeah, but here's the thought process I had, Kaye. Just making up stuff.
I was going to say, you didn't have one, did you?
No. So
here's... Like you woke up and said, uh-oh.
No, I worked on this. But strategically, see, this is how I get away with it, Kaye. Strategically, we're going to change up little pieces of it, little by little, so it gives you more of an incentive to watch in the morning in the beginning to see, oh, what's new today? And we may put, instead of...
I think I suggested that like on the first quarter, I said, you need to kind of start changing up the video.
Yeah. See, we've changed it 4 times now. But I want to do a Where's Waldo version, but with Rick, and I want to have a hidden. We're gonna do that, Rick. I'm gonna get a photo of Rick Boehning on there, and it's gonna be him hidden somewhere, and it's gonna say Where's Rick, and then whoever wins, it's gonna be a contest, and that's how we're gonna start changing up the intro video.
Where's Rick?
Yeah. Because Rick was not in the intro.
I know.
Yesterday he was.
I cried all day.
I strategically figured out Rick was not going to be. Yesterday he had to go make a run, and so I decided, hey, Kaye, can I come over and do a video for you real quick? I did it because Rick wasn't there. I'm so sorry, Rick.
It's okay.
So
I'm used to being snubbed.
Oh, hold on 1 second. There we go. She was hiding back there.
Dolly was back there.
We got our 4th audience member here today. Hey, welcome in. Happy 1 year, guys. It's been a year.
Happy 1 year and happy birthday.
Thank you. It's 1 year and 40.
That was talking to me.
Yeah, I turned 40 on Monday, and it's kind of scary. And then
40.
Yeah.
Child play.
So I told my mom. My mom got mad at me during the eclipse. She's like, "Son, I'll be almost 80 soon. Like, don't ever speak that around me again." But we're so thankful to be here today. We got a great show lined up as we celebrate our 1-year anniversary here, promoting the good in Huntsville. And so we want to welcome all of you in. Let us know that you're out there this morning. We'll get started as we always do, giving a big thank you to our good friend Paul Oley of the Gallery. Paul.
We love you, Paul.
Yes,
Paul?
we do.
Where's his sign?
It's right up there. We haven't given it to him yet because he hasn't acknowledged it on the show.
I saw where he posted after the show.
Did he say thank y'all?
Something like that.
I never saw that. I was waiting for him to acknowledge us live on the show and then say, like,
Well,
okay.
he's probably out feeding the
It
horses.
says good morning right there.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, that's cool. Thanks. That sign looks great. Thank you. I don't know if he's actually seen that part yet.
Pretty sure he has.
He might
I
have.
wouldn't swear to it.
Paul's a very humble man. So
Well, he
is.
just said good morning, so maybe you should show the sign again.
yeah, I just can't reach it over there. We'll get it later. So,
Sorry, Paul.
we're putting Kathleen to work already this morning. Miss Kathleen's here with us. So, yeah, thank you, Kathleen. Appreciate it. Here you go, Paul. Here, Rick.
I get to
This is
hold
kind of a
this?
running thing here.
It's right
Look,
here in front of my
Paul,
face,
there you
right?
go. Yeah. Oh, can you hold that right over your face?
There you
Kinda
go.
Looks really good like that. So
What a great guy you are.
there you
Rob.
go, Paul. We love you. We love you. So just kidding. Not to Paul. We do love you, Paul, but just kidding to Rick. So thank
Were
you.
you? Okay.
We do want to welcome you in. Paul, I'll give that to you today.
Look at the things I brought you today and the way you treat me.
Paul Oley of the Gallery, we appreciate him for all of your custom framing, photography, and more. Paul was so generous in allowing us to be in this space here for the last year, and so we thank him for that. And also a huge shout out to Elliot Herzig of Elliot's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com, as Elliot is helped us get started as well. And of course, on a wacky, wonderful, never a woeful Wednesday, Kaye
I'm
and
kind
Rick
of woeful right now.
Kaye and Rick Boehning of Tomorrow's Promise. And we absolutely could have never got Hello Huntsville started, not just this show, but the Hello Huntsville platform, without the generous support of our foundation sponsors such as Tomorrow's Promise. Kaye, it's so good to have you all in today.
Glad we're here.
Yeah, it's exciting. We got some exciting news. It's going to be revealed around the 8:15 hour as well. So,
Should I be excited now?
I don't know. It's some pretty exciting news that we've been holding on to, I guess for a couple of weeks now. Rick, we let you in on the secret.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we let you in on the secret.
Only because I had to build up to it.
Yeah, so
It
Rick,
takes me a while to assimilate things.
does Kaye know the secret yet? Does she know what's going to be
She
revealed?
knows exactly what's going on.
She does.
Ask her.
Okay, well at 8:15 there's going to be a big reveal happening here on the show. Exclusive, I think back in the day the news companies, they used to like to pronounce exclusive like they were the there was
Only news source in the world.
yeah, there was something about if you got the news first, you were the top dog, and it's like nowadays social media, news companies, I was about to say do a great job. I was about to say it's kind of, some things nowadays
they're
are
a little biased.
Some are. I'm not going to go down that trade, but there's a lot of great news people out there. I'll put it that way. But my news comes from social media nowadays. I mean, the word travels so fast on the internet with social media like Facebook and Instagram, even Twitter, which is called X now, and TikTok. Kaye, do you have a TikTok yet? Kaye, we need to get you a TikTok.
As of yesterday.
She has one from yesterday.
Do you really? You have one now?
Yeah.
As of yesterday.
I would love.
Thanks to Tammy, who posted something in the group chat.
Which was hilarious.
Are you listening to 90s hip hop rap music and doing?
I watched the one video that Tammy put on our group chat, and that's how I got TikTok.
Okay.
Was so I could watch the video.
Kaye Boehning on TikTok. Get a high five for that one. She won't. Come on, Kaye.
Don't leave a man hanging.
TikTok Kaye. That's the new TikTok. Okay, we're ready. Let's do it.
See,
So
I'm TikTok Rick.
yeah, that's got a good ring
that-
to it.
I
like it.
Rick, do you have a TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
This is great, man. I have one. I never even use it. I have one for the church, and I post a few things there. But other than that,
I don't post anything, but I look at a lot of them.
I want to see you guys doing a duet rap together. I think it would be the
No,
greatest.
we're not going to do a rap.
That thing would go viral
Might do a
overnight.
waltz, not a rap.
A waltz, polka dance.
I can do a polka.
What was that the first home, or was it the second Home Alone? It was one of the Home Alones where she rides in the Penske van, and it's the, you know what I'm talking about? It's like the polka musicians. It was a Home Alone movie. And
Was it?
Yeah, and
Yes.
she couldn't get a flight back, so she had to ride in some van, a Penske, back of a Penske moving van. And anyways, it's long. It's funny.
It's been a while since we've seen
Yeah,
it.
there's so much knowledge in here. I don't have room to remember Mooley.
It's scary. It's like when I was at my mom's house on Monday for the eclipse to go get milk for the baby, like 3 hours to go get frozen milk, and then and then I wanted to be there with my mom for my birthday, and I looked out in the alley. It used to be an alley. Now there's a road there, but back in the day there was an alley, and there's this huge vacant field behind us. They filled that thing with probably 100 houses now. We used to play back. We built a log cabin when we were kids. It was really cool. We had trails back there. But I found in that alley, I found back in the day, I had dug a hole about 6 feet deep and poured it with concrete and put a iron pipe down the middle of it. And it was for what they call a telescoping mast. Long story short, it was before wireless internet had really taken off, and my cousin lived a mile away, and we were trying to point antennas at each other. I just got out of high school, and I was being a computer nerd like I used to be big time. I'm still a nerd, but I used to be a big time computer nerd back then. And so we were trying to link up our houses together with wireless back then. Let's say I went and bought the mast, but I never really got it up because you had to guy it, and we didn't have enough things. So that what I'm getting at is that concrete base is still there, Kay. And what scared me was I wrote my name on it, and I put 2004. And I was looking at that thing, and I said, my goodness, that has been there for 20 years now. And it really kind of scared me. I said, how did that happen that fast when you just, boom, that was 20 years just like that. And I mean, in 20 years, you go through, you think of it, kids graduate from the time they're born, and they're already out of high school. So during that time, there was a child that had went through high school and graduated already.
How do you think I feel, Rob?
Pretty young. I mean, you just celebrated your 23rd, Rick.
No, Rob. No, I didn't.
So, it was some pretty, I don't know. It's just one of those things. That's the inspiration this morning. And I posted something last night, really, actually early this morning, 3 a.m. when the storms came through. Did y'all wake up from the storms?
Mm-hmm.
I think next time there's a thunderstorm, I want to have that country song ready. When the thunder rolls, I want to have that right next to my bed. But the thunder was rolling about 3 a.m. and I woke up, and thank goodness the children didn't wake up. But I was just sitting there thinking about different things, and some inspiration I had is don't take the moments that we have for granted, because it's like everything is so fast. Here today, gone tomorrow, that quick. And, it's kind of literally a wake-up call for me at 3 a.m. to think about that. So that's the, we always try to have a little inspiration on the show, and that's the inspiration this morning is don't take for granted your family, those that are close to you, those that are around you, especially your children if you have them. It's just something that I think we get into this routine, and sometimes I say mundane routine because it feels mundane. You get up, you get the kids ready, you drop them off, you go to work, go to work again, go to work again. Sometimes you work 5 or 6 times. And then you pick up the children, you come home, and then an hour and a half later they're in bed. And then you just recycle it.
That's exactly my day, except it starts at like 6 and ends at midnight, and there's no children involved.
Your day, it's
I don't know. Do you count the dog? Because the dog wakes up. The dog wakes us up more than the children ever did.
Well, we do want you to engage with us this morning as we celebrate 1 year here promoting the good in Huntsville. A lot of folks already chiming in across various social media feeds. We'll get to those a little bit later this morning. Oline has been watching this show. Oline, I have no idea why. She says since day one. So she is celebrating all 251 episodes with us. Oline, I quit paying you a long time ago to watch. So I'm very appreciative of you still watching. We used to send her 25 cents a day to watch the show.
Did you? I've never gotten that.
Yeah, so Aline's probably like, where's my money at? But we appreciate you. Paul joining us. Tracy's on. Caitlin. We'll get to all of you in just a few moments. Do us a big favor this morning and like and share this broadcast across whatever platform you're on. And we also want to welcome in those of you that are joining us this morning on the Spirit Radio FM app. As I said earlier, we do have a great show today. We're going to learn more about what's going on at Tomorrow's Promise. A big announcement coming up a little bit later this morning at 8:15. And we are so gracious and thankful today, too, to have our friends from Sam Houston State University and the Food Pantry here with us today. We're going to learn more about how they're providing much-needed services to students at our great university here in Huntsville, Texas. So a lot going on. We do want to give away a Diva Night ticket today. So, Rick, you can't go, but we do have a ticket from the Huntsville-Walker County Chamber of Commerce, a Diva Night ticket that we are giving away, and all you got to do is text in the keyword Diva. So this week we're going to end the Eclipse keyword just for today, but text in the word Diva on our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0009. 0139 along with your name, and you'll be entered to win. And don't enter into that if you can't go to Diva Night. Are you going to be at that, Kaye, this year? Mm-hmm. When is that coming up? I know it's pretty quick, isn't it? I got to get the details down. I've had the chamber on several times, and I think it's going to be happening. I think it is the 19th this year. Let me check. No,
I haven't looked that far.
I'm sitting here announcing stuff, and
I'm looking at it today. Yeah,
April the 19th. So that's coming up next Friday, and sponsored by St. Luke's Health. So we're going to give away a $50 Diva Night ticket, and all you got to do is text the word Diva. Guys, listen.
I will be there.
Are you going to be?
I'm one of the waiters.
You're waiting.
I'm waiting.
What are you waiting on?
The ladies.
There you go, Rick. So it's going to be good, and we will give that away. If you can't make it, please don't text in to win. We want to make sure those tickets get used. But here's the scoop. And, Rick, if you're a guy, maybe been in a little bit of trouble lately, and you need to do something special for your spouse. See?
Oh, that choked her up.
So, Sweet Caroline's Floral Shop is right around the corner. So go by and see Leah.
Leah's very good about
go over there,
fixing things up like that.
She can fix you up really nice. So go over there and get you a nice, big, huge bouquet of flowers. Probably around the $200 variety would work really well, guys. Second mortgage on the house if you need to. Just saying, and then.
That'd get him in worse trouble.
$200 more than I make in a year.
So. And then enter to win the Diva Night ticket. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be completely out of trouble, but you'll be about 50% out of trouble.
He's never out of trouble.
You always have to be a little bit in trouble.
I send her flowers once or twice a month.
It's kind of like
out of the blue.
It's kind of like the eclipse. If you're at 99%, you're not really there. You have to be at 100% to experience the full awesomeness of the eclipse, which I never did until Monday. But that's what I'm saying. As a guy, you never want to be at that 100%. You just need to be at 99%. You're always 1% in trouble, Rick.
Is that true?
It is. Kaye just announced it. It's public. That was the big announcement that we decided to wait on.
When was the last time you got down to 1%?
Do you get down to 1?
Was that when you said I do?
That could have been.
You have an ongoing fluctuating meter that goes up and down throughout the day. It's an app on your phone. Rick's new business idea. So. All right, well, we're going to take a break, friends. We got a lot happening today, and we're so excited that you are with us here on, National Erase Self-Negativity today. What a great day. Get rid of don't think bad about yourself. Think positive. And
can I think bad about somebody else?
No, you shouldn't do that, Rick. You think bad about me if you just take it out on me, Rick.
No, I still can't believe I wasn't in the intro anymore.
Yeah, we took you out. So you were still there. Your voice was there, Rick.
Oh, my voice?
Yeah, your voice was there. So we'll take a break, friends. Stay with us. A lot more happening here on Good Morning Huntsville. Here's our national news, a word from our sponsors. We'll be back. Stay with us as we celebrate 1 year here on episode 251. It's your show, Good Morning Huntsville.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. The Deep South and sections of the Mississippi Valley dealing with severe weather this week. Forecasters predicted intense thunderstorms will sweep through from eastern Texas to the southeast coast through Thursday, bringing damaging winds, hail, flooding, and potential tornadoes. Flood warnings are issued for areas of Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Early Wednesday, there were some scattered tornado warnings posted. The White House is condemning the Arizona State Supreme Court in its decision this week to uphold a near-total abortion ban in that state dating back to the 1860s. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
We believe that women's lives are at stake across the country, and we're just not going to stop speaking out.
The decision in Arizona was made in a case involving a law from 1864, from when Arizona was still a U.S. territory, banning all abortions except for those that risk the health of the mother. Newly elected Democratic Governor of Arizona, Katie Hobbs, is asking her state legislature to repeal the old law. House Republicans are delaying plans of sending articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over to the U.S. Senate. GOP lawmakers in that chamber say they want to wait until next week.
Until Monday, to at least give us a full week. We'll see if Senator Schumer honors the extra time.
Republicans in the Senate are hoping to build support to block an expected motion from Democrats there to dismiss a trial. The Michigan school shooter's parents, James and Jennifer Crumbly, receiving the maximum sentence for involuntary manslaughter. Tuesday, a judge handed each of them 10 to 15 years prison in a landmark case.
It is the sentence of this court, Ms. Crumbly, that you serve 10 to 15 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections.
The couple, convicted separately, faced charges related to their son's 2021 shooting rampage at Oxford High School. killing 4 of his classmates north of Detroit.
Hey, here's a question. After you wear your clothes, you toss them in the washing machine, right? Nobody wants to wear dirty clothes. So how come you don't throw your shoes in the washing machine when they get dirty? I mean, come on. Your shoes are touching the filthy ground all day long. Gross. Well, with Skechers, you can. Because most Skechers are machine washable. That's right. Skechers are specially made so you can toss them right in the washing machine and keep them clean and looking new. And when they look new, you can confidently wear them longer. That's less shoes you're going to want to throw away, which means less waste. And it'll save you tons of dough. I love that. Plus, machine washable Skechers are for the whole family, men, women, and kids. So when your kids get their shoes dirty, and we know they will, just wash them. Brilliant. And even our latest technology, new hands-free Skechers slip-ins are washable. You just step right in and go without bending down or even touching your shoes. So give your Skechers the same treatment you give your clothes. Just toss them in the washing machine and keep them looking brand spanking new. Find machine washable Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear happens to be sold.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are. Third location on Veterans Memorial, coming soon. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
All right, Huntsville, back at it, 7:55. Oh, you know what? Five rhymes with alive.
Yes.
So if it's 7:55, you're live.
Like the Pineapple Run.
That's right, coming up. Yeah, big. We had Deanna Irwin on Friday. Just love her and promoting the good things that she is doing in honor of her just wonderful, beautiful daughter. And, that's what I love about our community. Everybody comes together and supports each other, and we're so thankful for that. We are back. First-time guest with us today, too. Dr. Kathleen Gilbert, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome in. Man, look, you guys show up, and all of a sudden somebody shows up with bottles of Coke. Man, we got some roasted and salted sunflower seeds, a bunch of, those are, you know what, Bridget, I like this. Ferrero Rocher. You got to say it with that Ferrero Rocher. That's how Rick says it. You know, Rick has that little zing to it. Some chocolates, man. So we're going to set that down over here. Kathleen Gilbert, Dr. Kathleen Gilbert, is the director of the Sam Houston State University Food Pantry. Bridget Maloney joining us again. Welcome back, Bridget.
Hi.
Great to have you as well. We're going to be talking about some great things happening with the university and our students and how you guys are making an impact. But before we do, Kathleen,
I know where this is going.
I have something special for you as a first-time guest. Now, eventually, we're going to get these engraved, and you'll get to keep, each guest. Rick's looking at me like, I ain't paying for that. But Rick Boehning generously donated this horn to us, Kathleen, Dr. Gilbert, and it's supposed to go on the top of your truck, and it's supposed to have a little blower motor, and you hook it into your battery. But my limited lack of engineering knowledge did recognize, well, hey, I can produce air with my mouth through this tube. And so this has become the official Tomorrow's Promise / Rick Boehning Gist horn. See, y'all didn't. Tomorrow's Promise actually sponsored this Gist horn, and you get 2 toots of the horn for being our first-time guest. Okay, you ready for this?
Yes.
This is a huge deal.
You're never ready.
Yeah, here it is. Ready? And we've actually been getting calls from the walls from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to quit doing that because it's throwing off their count that they do. So. Welcome in, Kathleen.
Thank you.
Well, Dr. Gilbert, you have been with the university for some time now. Tell us a little bit about your journey. We'll just kind of lead in the conversation with you and the interview with you first before we talk about your role as the director of the Sam Houston State University Food Pantry. Let us know a little bit about you and your upbringing, because I think East Texas was kind of there at the beginning, right?
Yes. So I grew up in the Nacogdoches area. I graduated with my undergraduate degree from SFA, and but then became a Bearcat, got my master's and doctoral degree. I am married to my wonderful husband, Chris, and have 2 amazing young men, Colton and Jackson, who are Huntsville Hornets. And shout out to the Huntsville baseball team as they go today to play against Kingwood. So good luck, Colton.
Awesome.
And the baseball. So yeah.
And don't worry about that purple SFA kind of thing, because our city manager, Aaron Colhavy, he is also a fellow lumberjack. And he is the only one. Russell Martinez, please don't get upset about this. Because it's all about licensing and branding, and Russell, I think Russell would let this one slide. But Russell, he has a purple polo shirt, but he has the Sam Houston logo, the Bearcat logo on it. I think that's okay.
Russell's very chill.
Yeah. So just wanted to give that disclaimer, though, Russell. If you see him, I don't think it was officially licensed, but it's still acceptable at this one time, possibly.
He's not uptight at all.
So, and then I kind of, I made the cardinal sin and I went up to Fargo for a year. So everything's all good, Kathleen. Well, you have been doing some amazing work. Tell us just how long that you have been with the food pantry and maybe kind of what led into that role.
So in 2018, the food pantry came under my direction as a student organization advisor. And a little history about the food pantry. It began in 2014. A group of students were dealing with food insecurity, went out to what is now the Frank Parker Plaza, collected data, and started reached out to a faculty member and started the very first food pantry, which was a bookshelf in said faculty member's office, and had 17 students at the very first distribution. So I became the student organization advisor in 2018. We then began collecting more data and presented that to the executive administration, and we were able to then establish our current location, which is on 17th Street, and we have our own facility, because there was definitely a demonstration of need for our students and here we are. We went from the very first distribution in 2014 with 17 students, and for this academic year, we've had 3,402 student visits to the food pantry.
My goodness. Well, you think, some things that many of us, unfortunately, we don't think about it, but we take it for granted. You go home, you go into the kitchen, you go into the pantry, you grab something to eat, and life goes on. But you're so right. I mean, there is such food insecurity for so many people, and I think sometimes our student population gets overlooked. They're dealing with, some of them are coming on their own. Parents aren't paying the way. Some of them may not have full scholarships or a full-blown ride, and so the cost of food has exponentially went up. I think I was reading something yesterday, it's like 6.1% in some things in 1 year that food costs have went up. And you talked about the demand going from just a handful of students now to nearly 3,000. How has this program, I guess, continued to grow, and how are students finding out about it?
I have an amazing team of students. It is still very much ran by students, and they are out there promoting social media channel. We have Instagram, Facebook. We're always out and about in the community, and just getting the word out there. The number one thing that anyone can ever do is raise awareness. When people say, hey, what can I do to help? It costs nothing to say, hey, did you know we had a food pantry? Because you never know who is dealing with food insecurity. Hunger is something that you can't necessarily always see. And so we always ask, just anytime we're doing a presentation or we're talking to someone and they want to help, they may not have the money or the product, but you can always raise awareness to let people know, hey, there's a service there to help you.
When you're talking about food, and I don't want to just throw a number or throw a question at you that you may not know off the top of your head, because it may be kind of a tough one, but how much food are you guys having to go through, in a set specific time, maybe in a month or maybe in a year? Whatever's easier for you to break down. What are y'all kind of looking at on that?
Last year, it was 72,000 pounds of food.
Goodness. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. And folks in this community, I mean, you just mentioned some things. People on our show, there may be somebody watching this morning saying, I want to get involved. I want to help out. There's folks that give so much back to organizations like the Good Shepherd Mission. And so how can folks get involved, maybe here in the community, that aren't associated with the university?
We are always accepting donations. You can stop by. We're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. You can stop by at our location. If you have a product donation, you can absolutely go to the university website, to the advancement website, and be able to donate monetarily, but you can always raise awareness of our services. So
awesome. Well, and one of the ways folks can get involved is with some events that are coming up. And Bridget, I'll kind of let you piggyback on that and talk about some of these events that are on the horizon here.
Okay. And no surprise.
And I did want to say real quick, y'all showed up today and food just keeps coming in. So thank y'all for being here. I'm going to have y'all in every morning if you don't mind.
No problem. It's a little early, but some of us who work till midnight at the university. Well, I am, I just moved home. We talked about this. I moved home about 18 months ago after being gone. I'm a Huntsville girl, a Hornet, and was gone for a long time, longer than I'm going to say out loud because it makes me older than I want to own. But, we were joking about Russell. Russell and I graduated from Huntsville High School together, and he is a good guy and kind of somebody that exemplifies the spirit, I think, of Huntsville and Sam Houston.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how many of y'all, I think a lot of people in Huntsville listen to country music. That Luke Bryan song, Most People Are Good, when that came out, I get a little teary. Made me think of home. If you were lucky enough to grow up in Texas, you know that Texas means friend. I say only half jokingly that I think when our descendants write the story of Huntsville, they're going to say Huntsville means family.
Yeah, I love that.
Our university motto, to the measure of a life is its service. I started thinking about that and went to Charlie Vian and said, hey, what if the Alumni Association did a service project and tied it into Bearcats All Paws In, which is the largest student-run service project that happens every year. Took that to the Alumni Leadership Board. They liked the idea. So this Saturday, I keep saying next Saturday, it's this Saturday, from 9 until 1, people in the community can drive through the small parking lot at First National Bank on 11th Street, the one where their marquee is, and make donations to the food pantry. You can make food donations. We'll be able to take monetary donations. We can help you find the link to pay online if you would like to do that. Walter Bennett and Jennifer Davis over at First National Bank have been great to work with. They're both Hornets and Bearcats. Everybody that we've reached out to and said, hey, could you help us, have just said yes time and time again. Every call I've made and said, hey, could you be out in the parking lot? How exciting does that sound? Do you want to stand in a parking lot on a Saturday for a few hours? Everybody has said yes when they heard what the need was. And I think that really exemplifies the spirit of Sam Houston State and of Huntsville. I love that partnership that we have with one another.
Now, you don't have to, as someone who's wanting to bring, I guess, the community, we can come by and drop off during this event, but we don't have to register. That's for students that want to volunteer.
You don't have to register at all.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Well, we've put it up on our website, and our intern, Michelle Cardenas, one of the LEAP ambassadors, has been so generous for us here over the last 4 months. She's loaded up our website with events. Great. Every day I go on there, I'm like, man, where did this go? Oh, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. But we've got that event up on HelloHuntsvilleTX.com as well, and you can find out more information. What foods are you guys looking for that folks can bring by on Saturday?
Well, and I can pop that list up there for you too. I have a short list that Kathleen has given me. Do you want to go?
Yeah, sure.
We absolutely need non-perishable items. Think of your canned proteins, your canned chicken, your canned tuna. Canned fruit is a huge thing that flies off our shelves. Pastas. Really anything that you can bring would be absolutely wonderful, because we hold 2 distributions a month, and but we're also open on non-distribution days where students can come in and get necessities, and we empty our shelves just about every distribution. So anything is absolutely, we are forever grateful.
I know if I was a student in need, and I'm kind of saying this in a joking manner as far as the food I would eat, but I know it's a serious thing, but if I came in, man, load me up with all the macaroni and cheese you guys have. So I'm going to come by on Saturday. We're going to unload some mac and cheese for you guys, because I know the students love that stuff. I love it. I buy my little girl. She's a little over 2 years old, and I buy, man, they got this. It's like liquid gold, this stuff. And it's some craft, and you put it in a microwave, you fill it up, and you put that thing in there. 30 seconds later, you got the best macaroni and cheese. And it's not the powdered cheese. Right. Man, it's like Velveeta type cheese. So we're going to bring some of those by. I may buy an extra one for myself, though, and eat it. So, but it's great. Come by First National Bank building, and Jenny's over there. She is so wonderful, too, been doing marketing. And like you said, Huntsville Hornet native here, and she's just been so instrumental to our community. Well, it's been great learning more about the food pantry. Dr. Gilbert, is there anything else that you want our audience to be aware of? Maybe some other ways that they can get involved, some other events that you guys may have down the road that they can help out with?
Just follow us on social media. That's where we put our call out, Instagram, Facebook, and just to learn more about us and raise awareness of our services, because you never know who is dealing with food insecurity.
Awesome. Bridget, from your, kind of from your purview, and you've been able to see so many things over the years. Now I know that you went away and you came back, but just what really stands out to you about specifically the food pantry and how it is helping students at the university?
Where I work on campus, we have 16 to 18 student assistants, and they work up to 28 hours a week, and most of them work 20 to 25. So I think sometimes there's an idea that students don't work, or being a student itself is work. But then when you take that full-time taking classes and then add to it a job that's 20 to 28 hours a week, there's still food insecurity for a significant number of students, and also for their families back home. So it's not a situation that, it's very rare that I hear people say, well, why don't they work, or why are they going to school if they can't afford it? But to those who do have that question, I think it can be a valid question when that's not your reality. We're talking about students who are working very hard in the classroom and at jobs and in things like LEAP, which give back so much to our community. I mean, the students at Sam Houston give so much to make Huntsville a better place to live.
One thing that I've enjoyed lately is I'm kind of on this quote-unquote Subway diet. I guess. I don't know if it's working because I've actually gained a pound. But I've been going to the Subway over here on Sam Houston, and I see so many students, Bearcat students, going through there. And yesterday I had the privilege I just started talking to them. And I want to encourage the community. Maybe somewhere, we always like to have a little inspiration on the show. I want to encourage our community. If you see students in our community, especially Sam Houston State, go up to them and say hi to them. and let them know how much you appreciate them choosing to be here in Huntsville, because it truly is a special place. And I talked earlier about us taking things for granted sometimes, and I think that's one thing that we take for granted. We have this amazing university right here in our backyard. You know, that there's thousands of students on campus, many more thousands down in the Woodlands and the other campuses, you know, in the online. But we have them right here, too, in Huntsville. And I was talking to this young man yesterday studying kinesiology. He's a freshman. And he was telling me, he goes, you know, man, I just really love this community. I love being here. And you know what? If you got a few extra bucks on you, $5 extra bucks, $10 extra bucks, and you're getting something to eat, and you see a student behind you, just turn around and tell them. Don't ask them. Tell them, I got your food, man. No problem. The other day I was going through McDonald's, and there was a guy behind me. I don't say this to talk up anything that I did, but it was funny because I said, hey, there's a guy behind me, and this was an older person. You know, I know it wasn't a student, but I said, hey, just put that on mine, because I could tell they were like this in their window. And you know, if someone's like this, you could just tell they're probably going through something tugged saying, get this dude his order. Well, the lady goes, are you sure? It's like $58. And I'm like, oh. I said, yeah, go ahead. And she goes, I'm just kidding. It's $6. I was like, man, why'd you do that to me? But hey, if you commit, you got to follow through with it, right? So, but I just wanted to share that, you know, some inspiration this morning. Embrace our students and let them know how much you appreciate them being here in Huntsville. So, well, Dr. Gilbert, we'll have to have you back on sometime. I see the food pantry van cruising through town sometimes, and I was like, what is that? And now we finally know what it is.
Right around the corner from that Subway.
Yeah, it's right there. That's right. So, well, awesome. Well, Bridget, good luck to the Hornets tonight. So, you know, a couple years ago, I was working at our local radio station. We had the privilege to bring video to those games, and Carlos does that now and does a phenomenal job. But we still want people to go out and watch the games in person. Yes. It makes a difference, too. You know, you can always watch online, but go and watch them in person, because those kids really need the support of the community to be there. So. Awesome. Well, thank y'all so much for being here today. Dr. Gilbert, good to have you. You bet.
Thanks for having us,
Miss Bridget. And are you signed up to come on again sometime?
I'm not.
All right. Well,
is this mine, though? Because
you can have some. Have you had those before?
Yes, that's my favorite.
You can have a handful of those if you'd like. So there is one other thing that we didn't.
Breakfast of Champions.
It is. It's #1 breakfast. There's something else that we forgot this morning, Bridget, though, that you were very proud of, that I saw, and I immediately asked. I said, hey,
oh, no.
It's something that you're wearing.
Oh, yes.
Bridget Maloney.
My officially licensed Bearcat.
Officially licensed Bearcat earrings. Those are beautiful. I love it. And it's the Sammy head.
Just for the show.
Yeah. We need to get Sammy on here sometime.
Yes.
Do we know who the real Sammy is, or is that a secret? Is that usually a secret?
What do you mean the real?
Like who's inside of there?
Inside.
It's secret.
I was. Bridget's like, she goes, no, he's real. We have him out at Gibbs Ranch. Just like Buzzy. Buzzy is real. You know, they keep him in a nest.
Terrified.
All right.
This is where they came to break my heart.
Santa Claus is real, so we're not going to ruin any of that today on the show. Well, friends, we're going to take a break. Kaye and Rick Boehning joins us back on the other side. Again, appreciate our friends from the university being here. Dr. Gilbert, so nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And Bridget, you're a friend of our program as well. Welcome back anytime. And bring new people, because we get to blow the horn for them. So, well, guys, that'll wrap it up for this segment. Do want to remind you, Diva Night. Are y'all going to Diva Night? Do y'all know about Diva Night?
We do. I'm doing the cleanup crew at the end.
Oh, okay. So you'll be there. We are giving away a $50 ticket to Diva Night. All you got to do is text in the keyword Diva, and Rick Boehning over there is whipping out his phone quickly. See, we normally give away Cafe Texan gift cards a lot on this show, but when Rick and Kaye, they go there so much, I don't give them away on I used to give them away on Wednesday because they couldn't text to win. That's why I gave them away on Wednesday. If it's your day to be on the show, you can't win. But Diva Night tickets, text in the keyword Diva along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. As always, our show's every single wonderful Wednesday brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, over 25 years of educational excellence here in our community. We'll have a word from our sponsors. More when we come back. A big announcement on the way here in just a few moments. Make sure you stay with us. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Amazon, or Wikipedia? Their founders were all Montessori students. Montessori is the only educational method developed by a doctor using the scientific method for what was best for the child. Come check out our award-winning childcare schools at Tomorrow's Promise. Did you know that 90% of brain development happens the first 5 years of life? Early childhood education is the most important time of life. Come find out what makes us different and why we are now adding a third location. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
Hey friends, Rob Hip here. As a guy, jewelry's not really my thing. I never know what I'm looking for. I feel uncomfortable, and I just don't understand how certain things look good together. But that's why I depend on Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Whenever Bridget and I wanted to get engaged, we said, we need to go to a place to where someone's going to take care of us. They're going to make me feel comfortable as a guy, but they're also going to take care of her needs as well. So I went into Elliot's, and he was so gracious and compassionate with my understanding, and I wanted something that looked a little masculine for my engagement band, and he said, I've got the perfect thing for you. And he found some white hammered gold that was trimmed in 14 karat gold, also put a diamond on that ring to signify my love for Bridget, and as we grow and our family grows, we can put a diamond around the rest of those. So friends, if you're looking for someone that is dedicated to customer service, that understands the needs of people and does what's right all the time, there's nobody better than my friend. It's Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com. Trendsetters, join me in welcoming Abby from the Color Bar, the ultimate destination for a fresh look in 2024.
Excited to be here, Rob. We're transforming styles with the latest Bellamy extensions and vibrant colors.
Tell us about these game-changing extensions and the vibe for the new year.
With Bellamy's range and our unique color palette, everyone can find their perfect style. Think bold reds and chic pastels for 2024.
And the deals?
We're offering special financing on extensions and a complimentary conditioning with any color service in January.
Abby, how can listeners join in?
Well, that's easy. They can just visit colorbartx.com or call us at 936-439-4972. We're in Huntsville and Conroe, ready to make your year stunning.
Thanks, Abby. Folks, don't wait to reinvent yourself with the Color Bar's Bellamy magic.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Join us at First Baptist Church Huntsville for the exciting return of Wednesday Night Live starting March 6th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. We're offering games, fellowship, a free meal, and Bible study sessions for all ages. Whether you're a child, teen, or adult, there's something for everyone. Adults can enjoy new Bible study classes while the kids engage in fun, faith-based activities. This community event is open to everyone free of charge. Don't miss out on this opportunity for spiritual growth and community connection. To register and for more information, visit fbchuntsville.org.
little extended jam session there, courtesy of Rick Boehning and the new Rick's Rangerettes, a new band that's coming here to Huntsville, and you can check them out at Old Town Theater. They're going to be out there tomorrow night. Tickets are, well, you know what? They're gonna pay you to show up. Let's just put it that way. So, Rick's Rangerettes, the made-up band that will never exist. Rick,
that's right. I play no instruments. Well, I play kazoo.
How the old Rangerettes doing these days?
Not well. Not well. They're all geriatric.
It's like my grandma. My grandma, instead of saying, like, my grandma would always say, not much. Even if I'd ask her, hey, how you doing, Nanny? Well, not much. Everything, the response sometimes didn't make sense, but now I get it. It's just, man, not much, So how are the Rangerettes doing? Well, not much. Not really doing anything at all. There we go.
That's because there actually were no Rangerettes.
There was never any Rangerettes, Rick's Ranger. I'm sure there may, actually, if you Google search anything that you think of, it's usually out there nowadays. Anything.
Anything at all.
You could think, I thought I had this new Shark Tank idea. When we first had Braylon, I was sitting there with my foot on her car seat, right? And I noticed when I rocked that car seat with my foot, she was happy and she was smiling and she quit crying. And I said, why hasn't somebody invented a wedge that you can put a AA battery in and put under the car seat just so it would rock it for you? So, man, I thought, I finally found it. I finally found the idea that's going to make me an extra $20 this month. Got excited. Thought it was going to be a Shark Tank idea. What happens, Rick?
It was already out there.
I go on Google and I search for, car seat rocking wedge. There's a million of them.
I know. I invented them.
Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. It's because I told you on the show that I had that.
Oh, no. I had kids long before. I've got kids that are older than you.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever had that, though, where you had an idea and you thought for sure that it, and then you search for it on the internet and it's there and you're like, doggone it.
I had those ideas, but that was before the internet.
I had an idea. I'm not making this up, man.
Did you think of the internet?
Did you have a
and thought of that?
Did you have a MySpace, Rick, back in the day?
No, I did not.
See, Facebook was the first ones that I think adults got into. Like, adults didn't get into MySpace. I'll never forget when Facebook, it was the Facebook, and it was Zuckerberg launched it as a way to communicate with college students, there when he was at Harvard. But I'll never forget, before MySpace, I had this idea one time. And I said, wouldn't it be great? And I was probably in 10th grade, and I'll never forget this. I was telling a computer teacher of mine, I said, man, wouldn't it be neat if there was a website? And back then, apps weren't real popular. The iPhone wasn't even out. We all had Nokia phones with Snake on it, the little monochrome Snake game. We thought that was the coolest thing ever. My uncle still had a Tandy phone that he had drilled up under his dashboard that was about this big and a huge long cord on it. And he said, you can call your mother, but only for a minute, because it was like $1.25 a minute to call on them things back then. But I had this idea, and it was called My Life Central. And it was going to be a central place for you to share pictures with your family and friends and comment on them.
What a great idea.
And then a couple of months later, I noticed this thing called MySpace. And then I noticed this thing called Facebook. And then I said, well, I missed out on that. And I actually created the website. Had it going, but never did anything with it.
You could start a new one called My Face Space.
Yeah, my Face Space. May get sued, but there it is. So if you have an idea, you know what?
Well, apparently things are still out there to be created because, look how, TikTok and Instagram took over, like Facebook, stuff like that. So.
All the AI stuff is getting crazy. There's still opportunities.
Yeah.
I just felt like it's technology back in the late 80s, throughout the 90s, accelerated so fast. It was amazing. I'll never forget when we didn't have the World Wide Web. We had bulletin board service. And so you would dial in to a bulletin board in your hometown, and the guy in Georgetown ran one. It's called Hometown BBS. Mm-hmm. Yes, Rick, there were 2 B's in it. There was not just 1 B.
I know.
Bulletin board system, not, whatever you're thinking.
BS system.
Yeah, BS system.
Because that's what it would have been if I was there.
Rick has his own back in the 90s called the Rick's BS system. Dial in.
You want a smart aleck reply, just call me.
The slogan for it was, before you dial in, put on your rubber boots because it's about to get deep on the Rick's BBS system. But and all you do is you just logged in, and it was all text. It was so, back then it was fascinating. Michelle's looking at us like, what are y'all growing up with? But it was just text, and you typed in like, weather, and then there was no graphics, and it would very slowly, like one letter at a time.
Yeah, I remember.
Those are cool. And then the World Wide Web came out, and the rest is history.
Do you remember chat rooms?
I do, yeah. I remember when AOL got popular with the chat rooms.
AOL chat rooms.
The number one phrase on AOL chat, and there's always. There's always bad in everything, and I'm not talking about this in a bad way, but every single thing, there's always something bad, unfortunately, that happens. Internet's, there's a lot of bad on the internet, but there's also a lot of good as well. And same with chatting. Now, when AOL chat was first out, there's a lot of teenagers, a lot of people would talk on there just to have fun. Hey, how you doing? And I did it. I talked on it. We didn't have the money to have AOL, even though they sent those discs every single month. You remember that?
Yeah, no discs.
They used to send the old 3.5 floppies, and then when CDs came out, it was like, ooh, and we used to use the CDs to make like little chandeliers out of fishing wire.
They're everywhere.
But we never even signed up for the trial. So I go down the street there's a friend of mine named Chris Kirkham, and his mom had AOL, so we'd get on there in the AOL chat room, and the number one phrase, and as soon as you got into a chat room, ASL.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Age. What was your sex and location? Everybody did that. And no one thought, nowadays that's a big no-no. You don't ever do that on the internet. But back then, see, Michelle's over here like, what are you talking about? But it was ASL.
When you went into a chat room, that's one of the first things they asked you.
As
ASL.
soon as you went on to the chat room, you always put ASL because you wanted to know who you were talking to, how old they were, or if they were a girl or a boy. And it was nothing back. It wasn't anything bad. Nowadays it would be very bad.
For me.
But nowadays it's crazy. And then there was something called IRC. Man, I go down a rabbit hole for like 20 hours talking about how cool technology was back in the day. Do you remember the first thing on the internet that you ever went to? Do you know what it was, Rick?
AOL.
The first thing that I ever went to on the World Wide Web was the local news station. I was a weather nerd, and I thought it was the coolest thing seeing the Doppler radar literally in centimeter by centimeter come across the screen.
Was it on the green screen?
Yeah, it was just barely coming across, and I saw the Doppler radar. I was like, man,
CRT?
I was like, wow. I don't have to watch the news to look at the radar anymore. For some dumb reason, I thought that was the most fascinating thing, seeing the weather radar on the screen. Oh, man. Yeah.
The expressions over there are just priceless.
Yeah. We need to
You need a camera over there.
I have the light for it, The light's there, but we just don't have the camera yet. So, well, there was supposed to be
There's a thing called electricity. I know about that. That my grandfather
invented.
Actually wired most of the homes in northwest Oklahoma with this thing called electricity back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
American Sign Language. Oh no, I'll never forget that was it. And then and y'all use all the keywords that we came up with. LOL, that started on AOL chat. Laugh out loud. LOL started on AOL chat. There's a lot of other ones like TKO. What is it? Hold on, I can't I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but there was a huge one. It was like rolling on
ROFL.
Rolling on the floor.
Rolling on floor laughing.
Yeah, there was ROFL, rolling on the floor laughing. And how many times did you type that, but you really weren't laughing?
Yeah, well, it was just a standard response.
And I guarantee, today you get text messages and people say, LOL, but you didn't even laugh. Yeah, I know for a fact you didn't laugh. It's just like the second nature. Whenever you talk and you say like, it's just like that.
Is it?
On a text. How many times, Michelle, do you put LOL at the end of a text message and you didn't laugh? You're guilty of it too. We all are.
What if you laugh internally? Because I do that a lot.
Well, that's But and so that and the other one, it was ROTFL, rolling on the floor laughing.
ROFL.
ROFL. It was hold on, Rick, you got me. I don't want to. Rolling on the floor, ROTFL.
I already saw ROFL.
And then it was LMAO.
Yeah, we all know what that one is.
But it should be LMBO. laughing my booty off is what it should be. LMBO.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyways, Carolyn Gibson's joining us. She said, I didn't have to deal with any of that. Grandma Gibson, we love you. That's the grandmother of Huntsville. We love Carolyn. Good to see you on this morning. Jay Elms, Brother Elms, saying woohoo 1 year. By the way, we just had some brownies.
There's right here.
Who made those brownies?
Tammy did.
Tammy, would you like to take a bow?
This is the Tammy. Tammy, you want to come around here real quick? See, we never can ever get Tammy on.
She's
ever.
such a coward.
Yeah, she's not really. She says, "Look, I'm behind the scenes."
Yeah. If you want to know what she looks like, she looks a lot like Kaye. They are mistaken for each other all the time.
Call me Miss Kaye, and then they look again and go, "Oh wait, sorry."
Yeah, well, that's perfect.
It's really an insult to her too.
I thought it was a compliment.
These brownies came in this morning. Thank you so much for these brownies, Tammy.
She didn't offer me one, so I didn't eat one.
They were still warm. They came in warm this morning.
They came in warm because
That's because she sat on them on the way over here.
We think too much alike.
Now,
I said that's because you were sitting on them on the way over, and he said the same thing.
thank goodness those things are wrapped up in some sort of like plastic there. That was good. I did want to say something. We did have an announcement that we were going to make, a very special, exclusive announcement, and we may have to delay that announcement.
Well, I think we could if we wanted to.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to delay that. So the person that was going to make an announcement is going through a situation right. We just received a message, so we're definitely not joking about that. I mean, it's a serious thing. So the announcement will wait. So I didn't want to, and we're not doing this. I promise. We didn't say, "Hey, we're going to make a special announcement," and we did not know that there was a situation going on to where we could not make this announcement.
Yeah.
Nothing to alarm over, but we're going to wait for the announcement.
Well, the person that was supposed to make the announcement
not able to be here.
is at the emergency room.
Yeah, there's the emergency room right now, so they obviously cannot make the announcement when they're in the emergency room. I will say this as a teaser: the announcement has nothing to do with Hello Huntsville, or someone had asked, "Oh, is it something to do with Hello Huntsville?" Absolutely not at all.
We don't even like Hello Huntsville.
We love Hello Huntsville.
Oh yeah, that's right. We love Hello Huntsville.
You're getting a little slower with correcting your
The problem
stuff.
is, I wasn't in the intro.
Yeah, Rick is just thinking like, we have to be on here. I don't even love it.
Actually, I do enjoy talking to you, Rob.
I've enjoyed it. It's been a great year. And
It really has.
And I wanted to spend a brief moment before we get on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. I didn't have a montage of some of the moments. Now, if you watched the intro video, you saw Winston Spencer playing the harmonica.
I did, which I'm evidently missed in person.
We have we've been so blessed, and it's not because of us, it's because of this community. And I wanted to personally thank all of you for your engagement, for helping us. It's very hard for any business to go their first year. And I forget what the percentage is, but
it's over 50%.
Over 50% done by the first year. The second year, it's even tougher. And so we know that we're in an uphill climb this second year. We know that, and we're very thankful for the challenge. And we're not going anywhere. A colleague of mine said Pittsburgh. I got an email the other day from a guy in the broadcasting world, and he said, "Hey, you've got 5 years under your belt at the Division I college level. The Steelers are hiring. I think you should turn in your name." And I said, "I think not. I'm happy. I am happy right here in Huntsville, and we are not moving again."
Good.
And the chances I would even be considered for that are slim to nothing. Those jobs come out, and they're guys. It's like when I flew out to Florida. Whenever we knew that we were going to have to move, just financially things, there was no way we could have stayed and y'all know the story, but there was just no way. So we knew that we knew. And whenever you know that you got to go do something. And it was like when I flew out to Florida. Well, Mark Vandermeer, the voice of the Texans, said, "Get on a plane and go fly to the Gators." I said, "Man, they didn't even call me." He goes, "I don't care. The Miami Hurricanes didn't call me, and I waited in the parking lot and got the job." And I was like, man, that's how he became the voice of the Hurricanes. So I got on a plane, flew to the Gators, didn't meet the athletic director. He was out that day, but met with some of their staff there, and they kind of chuckled. They said, "Mr. Hibb, did you come all the way out here just to talk to us?" And I didn't want to be aggressive. No, I was just passing through.
Passing through the airport.
And so we kept talking, and they said, "Well, the reason we didn't call you is we've actually had a guy lined up for years. We just have to go through the process." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But that opened up the door to Learfield, and that's how the opportunity at North Dakota State eventually opened. So it wasn't in vain. Yeah. But yeah, Mark's story is incredible, and he'll tell it to you. He sent a signed football. He wrote thanks for the interview and put it on a football. He would think out of the box, and you have to in today's job market. You can't just put in a resume. When I did a resume for here, when I was doing the games a few years ago, blessed to do the Sam Houston games, I put in a video along with that resume. I said, man, how am I going to stand out against so many great people? And so I sent in a video, and I know that it got watched because we had a tracker on it. It was viewed like 24 times. Like, great, well, this thing may have worked. And Steve told me at the station, he goes, that's why it stood out, because you went the extra mile. So I'm encouraging you this morning, always do something to go the extra mile. Put your picture on a resume so people can put a face to you. Someone says, oh, don't do that. I said, no, do that. And I've had people tell me that they were chose for jobs because they had different things. When I left Florida, even though they told me, I still bought them a box of cookies, had it delivered to them. And I said, thank you for the opportunity to come. And they did. I did finally tell them, yeah, I did. And they're like, well, we're sorry you came all the way out here. But, yeah, we've had a guy picked for a couple of years.
Well, anymore, if you can just get people to show up dressed halfway decently for an interview is an amazing accomplishment.
I mean, look at Tammy.
Yeah. Tammy came in today in, like, gold. I mean, she doesn't want to be on camera because she's in a gold suit this morning. And I've never seen I'm a beautiful lady wearing a gold suit. I said, you have got to be kidding me. Gold suit this morning. She doesn't want to be on the show because of the gold suit.
Yeah, it's sad.
But no, when I had my IT company, Kaye, I'll let one more quick thought. When I had my IT company in Round Rock, we had our second location, and a guy showed up. And you're exactly right. He was dressed in shorts and flip-flops, had a hat on backwards. Hey, man, are y'all hiring? I was like, no. And he's like, good, sign this. And I said, why? And he goes, well, this is how the state continues to pay my unemployment benefits. I got his name and his information, and I called the state, and I said, be on alert for this guy, and please don't pay out any of his benefits. Because he's like, I don't want to work any. He told me straight up, because I don't want to work anyways. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then went on to tell me that he was getting paid $600 a week from unemployment.
Wow.
And the truth of the matter, here's an educational part of this show, too. And Kaye, you know this is you guys are a nonprofit, but it's ran like a business. Let's be honest. Every organization, even a church, is ran like a business. It has to be. There has to be procedures and policies in place. Whenever I had my IT company, I didn't know, and now I know that whenever you pay into the unemployment tax, and somebody leaves your business because if you fire them without valid cause, they're going to come back and file an unemployment claim against you.
They do, even if you fire them for a valid cause.
And then you have to go through arbitration, or however you say that word, I forget. Arbitration, yeah.
You present the facts of why you
And we had the facts on one of them, and they didn't get it. But that's the thing, is my rate went from 0.04% to the state maximum, I think, was 7.2%. That money comes from somewhere, and it comes from business owners.
Yeah.
And we have to pay more. And, I learned the hard way on that, because we got to a really rough point in 2008. We were blessed to keep our doors open, but we got to a really rough point to where we had to let a couple of guys go. And I asked them, can you work part-time? They were like, no, we have to have full-time. So at that point, we had to let them go. And I said, look, and I didn't know any better. I said, look, man, I hate to do it. Go file unemployment, and they were great guys. I had some of the best employees. But I didn't know that when they went and filed unemployment, that's when my rate went from 0.4 to 7.2. Yeah. And I ended up paying on that for 3 years. Mm-hmm. So that money just doesn't come for free. Somebody has to pay for it. Usually it's the business owners that get choked up thinking about it, Rick. Gosh, sorry.
But that was legitimate on both parts, because you had to lay them off. Mm-hmm. It wasn't because they did something wrong.
Yeah.
It's the ones that do something wrong and then try to claim it, and then go in and just sit there and apply a bunch of different places, dressed like that, knowing they're not going to get offered a job,
Yeah, those were fun times in the IT world. I'll have to tell the story about my interaction with Microsoft years ago. That's for another day, though.
Another day.
Let's just say
will it be a Wednesday?
Let's just say it invoked a district court of Texas. And
oh, my.
Yeah, it was. It took about 20 years off my life. And we'll talk about that one day.
So you're actually the same age I am.
It was that moment that I decided I didn't want to be in the IT world anymore. And, it'll be a good story one day. Kaye, Wednesday wisdom for us. What do you got? I'm throwing it right at you.
Well, first off, I want to go back to your guests. You were asking, well, why do these students need help and things like that? 53% of the students enrolled at Sam Houston are first-generational students. Mm. No one in their family has ever went to college. So the university is well known for helping the first-generation students get that degree and make a better life. And so sometimes their families don't have the extra means to give them money for food or this, that, or the other. So, what they're doing is a great thing.
We had a discussion on this show a few weeks ago, and I get I take it, I wouldn't say personal because I'm not a young person like I used to be anymore, and I'm definitely not in college and I'm not the next generation, but I get very, very internally upset, and I'll correct people, but the number one phrase that I absolutely cannot stand people saying is when I hear someone say, there's no hope for this generation. And that right there alone is such negative talk towards our young people. I think that we live in a time, and again, it's national, like today is like, don't talk negative about yourself, don't talk negative in general. I think that we live in a time where there may be the greatest opportunity and the greatest hope for our young people and our next generation, for folks like Michelle. The doors are wide open. And when I look at someone like Michelle, one of the LEAP ambassadors, I don't single her out because every student at Sam Houston is great, but Michelle works so hard. And when I see someone like Michelle, I think, whoever came up with that phrase, there's no hope. And they've been saying, let's be honest, my grandma told me when she was growing up, there's no hope for this generation. Well, that generation ended up being my mom. And then when my mom said it, it was me, And I'm not saying that they didn't go around saying that, but you'd hear the phrase. But I truthfully believe that it's up to us too, as the older generation, to let our young people know how much we appreciate them and to let them know that there is hope in their lives. I talk to my children, and Kaye, you've encouraged me so much over this. But when I talk, Braylon and I, we do a little story time each night. We do a prayer. And I tell her every night that she is important. And I have her repeat it. I say, Braylon, say I'm important. And it's affirmations. But I believe that there's power in that. And I always tell her every night, I said, sweetheart, you're going to grow up and do great things in your life. And I say it to my son now. They're at the age, maybe they don't fully understand it. But as parents, we need to start putting those values in our children as soon as they're born. And then those things, as they get older, that's when they're going to start, Daddy, remember whenever you used to tell me this? What does that mean? And they're already prepped for it, if that makes sense. Yeah. They already have the inkling of knowing something that you've been blessed to instill in them. And Kaye, I think you would agree with that. I mean, these are things that you've taught me about speaking into our children's lives, speaking favor over our children. What's the problem with speaking positivity? Now, there are realities of this world that I think we all need to be made aware of. You can't shelter things. But I also believe, why give so much negativity the time of day when you can focus on what's good and what's positive and grow on that?
Yeah, and the opportunities are there for the people that want to take them. And that's the problem, is you do have a certain segment of society that just wants everything handed to them. And they want a house just like I have, but they don't want to work for it. Or they want the car that somebody else is driving. Sometimes they go and take them. The stealing and things like that, the crime rate is going up because of that kind of belief. But there's people out there that want to do the right thing, that want to go out and work, and they have a good work ethic, and that's where our hope lies. Mm-hmm. Is in teaching these young people that that's how you are successful at life. And Braylon could end up being, the next president, or Braylon could end up being a stay-at-home mommy. The gamut is there, and the success doesn't always mean what title you have in your job or how much money you make or something like that. It's what you do with what you've been given. It's
good. I like that, Kaye. Yeah. When I speak to young people in marketing classes back in the day after I graduated high school, my teacher, Diane Wettig, love her to pieces, still talk to her. And her 20 years later, I still talk. She's made such a positive impact on my life, and so much, in fact, that I wanted to return the favor. And I said, when she was teaching still, I said, can I come back and speak to your classes once a year? She said, please. And I would always have students, I'd bring index cards, and I'd pass them out. And I would say, write down your definition of success. Mm-hmm. And probably out of the 1,000 young people that I had the privilege of speaking to over a few years, not one of them ever put money. And I was surprised by that because I thought that they would put money. One of them said, I remember many of them said, go to college. First generation, opportunity to go to college. Yeah. Many of them did say, I'd like to be able to pay my bills. But no one ever specifically said I wanted to make a ton of money. My definition that I always told them, and everyone's definition is valid, if it's obviously good things. I mean, success isn't, hey, I want to go commit this and do that and go to prison. That's not success. No one wrote that, obviously. But I heard a phrase one time, and I always said, and I'd read all of them, and it would get their gears turning. And I would say, well, here's my definition. And they'd always, Mr. Hoop, what's your definition of success? Because I'd kind of leave them hanging. And I'd write it on the whiteboard. Do they even use that anymore, Michelle? Whiteboards? See, she's shaking her head like, nah, it's all digital now. They don't even, yeah. Hey, wait a minute, Rick.
A blackboard.
Yeah, blackboard. Or I'd write it on the overhead projector in the transparency, in the vis-a-vis marker.
Yeah.
But my definition of success can be everyone's, and your definition can be everyone's. But my definition was make and manage good decisions every day. If you make and manage good decisions every day, there's a good chance that you're going to be successful. That's the way I looked at it. So let's head over, Kay, to our Granny Mary's. Do you have anything else, Kay? You always got a lot of wisdom for us.
That was the biggie.
All right. Well, let's head over to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line, because we do have a Diva Night winner today. And Rick, you brought something here for us today. You brought those for me.
I brought those for you for your birthday.
Man, Clay.
This is for your birthday.
Clay used to bring a ton of those in from 0 Degree, and we'd give them away. And I told y'all a little secret. I snuck some out of there one time.
Yeah.
But I knew who I was giving it to. And Miss Bridget, you can have some of those if you'd like. This is why
I was waving it under his nose.
This is why my diet doesn't work. By the way, it's why it doesn't work.
Smells good.
All right, let's get over here to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line.
Okay.
One second, and Diva Night tickets coming your way. Rick, I'd like for you to take this call and
certainly
talk like a diva.
I say that.
I don't even know what that means.
I have no idea.
Oh, you know what? This person has it like.
Hello.
Hello. Do you feel like a diva?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I do hear you.
Do you feel like a diva?
I suppose so. I'm
Well-
trying to wake up from all that nasty storm.
You're in luck.
Yes.
You won tickets to Diva Night. One
Well,
ticket.
thank
I'm sorry.
you.
One single ticket.
Yeah, we'll just bundle that. We'll bundle that in with your Cafe Texan gift card that we still have here.
I know. I keep missing you, Rob.
What else do you have from us? You have a gift card. What else is
I
it?
think I have a little goodie bag.
You have a goodie bag? Yeah, we've got it. Michelle, we've got it at the church. Literally.
So
It's-
is a Diva Night ticket a good enough excuse for you to come in and pick up your treasure trove?
Yeah, you got a treasure trove waiting for you. We literally have we have a whole corner dedicated to you now at my office in the church. It's this shrine that has all of your gifts waiting to be picked up.
I know. That's awful.
Will you be able to, first and foremost, will you be able to make it to Diva Night?
Yes, I
Okay.
would love to.
Well, it's a $50 ticket, free. We've got that for you. We've got your Cafe Texan gift card, and we got your swag bag, all waiting for you. And I know that you and I were trying to connect because you're in New Waverly. Could you make it to First
Yes.
Baptist Monday through Thursday from 9 to 3 to pick those up?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Well, we will have
9
it.
to 3.
Yes, ma'am, at First Baptist. We'll get it over to you, all right?
Thank y'all so much.
Hey, real
That's
quick,
awesome.
real briefly, you've been watching the show for a long time.
Uh-huh.
We're still working on our new intro video. We always ask people, what are you most thankful for about Huntsville? But I wanted to change it this morning. You've been engaged with us for so long. What have you enjoyed most or about this show, about Good Morning Huntsville?
Well, I guess what I really enjoy is getting to learn about all the different businesses in town and how we can support them. And just, I love Huntsville and the people. And I just enjoy your show, getting to learn all new things.
Awesome. Well, if you know some young folks with some little ones running around, you tell them to get over to Tomorrow's Promise, all right?
I will do that.
tell them get over there and get the rest of that because they're going to get the best education for early childhood development. So, well, hey, we appreciate
I plan
you.
on doing the race.
Awesome.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Unleashyourimagination.org. You can get your ticket, or runwithyourimagination.com. You can go to both of them, and it'll go right to it.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Unleash your run.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, God bless you. Thanks so much for watching and being engaged with us. We appreciate you so much. All right.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Okay, y'all have a great day.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
Rob, you never identified our caller.
It's L. Turpening. She doesn't ever give away her real name. She has a code word. It's L. Turpening is what she goes by. It's kind of like a Batman type thing. Does
she got a bat cave?
She may. It's in New Waverly. I don't even know what that means. Okay, go ahead. This is getting out
So
of
we
hand.
have a new announcement for the race, for the
Okay.
run. You need to sign up because every paid ticket is going to get a raffle ticket. And one of the prizes that's being donated is a 3-night stay at Margaritaville from the Color Bar.
Am I eligible?
No.
If you've never been to Margaritaville, I highly encourage you to go.
So that's going to be one of the prizes given away to people that have registered to win.
Awesome.
Or to run. And you don't have to run.
You can walk.
Yeah,
you can walk.
You can sit around with me and we'll make fun of Kay.
You can get on you can get on the old Rick's hometown BBS bulletin board service for a couple hours and talk. Head over to runwithyourimagination.com and please get those tickets today because that race is coming up very, very soon. May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
And it will be with you if you get those tickets. And let's support because it does go to childhood literacy. Every child has an opportunity in Walker County to get a free book.
Once a month until they're 5.
That's $60. Caden just got his next one. Caden just got it. Braylon, by the way,
He's going to have 60 by the time he's 5, right?
Braylon has been taking some of Caden's. I read them to Caden, and then Braylon goes, "That's mine." I was like, "No, it's not, sweetheart. It has Caden's name on it."
Just leave the labels on.
Yeah, I've left the labels. Yeah, the labels are sticking on. So, but yeah, please support this because you know what? Dolly's right here. She's been quiet the whole time.
Dolly.
But you know, Dolly Parton pays for the books, but the shipping of those books is paid for from Tomorrow's Promise. How does Tomorrow's Promise do it? Because of your generous support in events, the imagination events, Lasso Your Imagination, and then the big one coming up, Run With Your Imagination, on May the 4th. So come on out and be a part of that.
I'll be there.
Better.
With bells on.
With your colored pants on.
Well,
and shoes.
There
and
might have
wig.
bells on them too. You don't know.
We are going to have a marriage counseling show on how to have a great marriage with Rick and Kaye. That number one key to that is wear the same exact matching shirt every day.
Every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Well, no, that was his idea.
So-
He started that.
So that will be happening in a few weeks here. The marriage counseling show brought to you by Rick and Kaye Boehning. So
we'll show you what not to do.
Yeah. All right, Kaye. Thank y'all so much and happy it says 100. Happy 1 year. Thank y'all for being here with us.
Glad we were on for the party.
It's been a great year and looking forward to another wonderful year ahead. Even better things coming up this year. So
I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it too. Dumpling.
I am a dumpling.
Yeah. Garrick Long. You're the honorary dumpling.
I'm the honorary.
You're the honorary.
And Garrick Long and
Billy started that, and then Garrick came in, and we were like, Garrick is part of the dumpling gang, and then they included me, and so and then we brought in Rick as the honorary dumpling.
I'm the honorary dumpling.
So, well, Huntsville, we love you. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Great show lined up. We'll have our friends from the Color Bar, so make sure that you tune back in with us bright and early at 7:30 on the dot, because if not, Kaye Boehning will call me and say what's going on. We will be on tomorrow. And I know many people may not be able because it's a chamber business, small business breakfast
We'll be
as
at
well.
the small business breakfast.
So that will be going on. And then a special, and I promise this announcement will happen. I know today was it's a tough one because the announcement we're going to make, the person who's going to make it is unfortunately in the ER right now. So please keep your prayers for that person. But Friday, really awesome announcement. Elliot Herzlich of Elliott Jewelers will be here alongside with Laura Green, Kim Weiser of Casa of Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity counties. They will be with us as our Heart for Casa campaign was very successful. Thanks to you, Huntsville, and for Elliott's Jewelers for providing. We'll be giving them their check on Friday. So special presentation there. And we're looking forward to continuing to celebrate all the great things here in our community. So,
Rob, you're one of the reasons that we have a great community.
That's you guys. And it's folks like Bridget Maloney joining us today from the university. Tammy S. for being with us. How do you say it? Is it Chuete? I like to make it sound a little Spanish, but it's Shooty. So by the way, we Tammy was on. We were trying to figure out one time how to say Tammy's last name, and I just kind of liked how Chuete sounded. It sounded kind of like Chuete.
It's actually Shooty, and I have cousins named Shooty, so somewhere down the road.
All right, we'll see y'all. We love you, Huntsville. We'll be back at it 7:30. Until next time, as I end every broadcast, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We really do need each other, Huntsville. So please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time, good morning and God bless.
God bless.
See you, Rick.
I'll see you, Rob.
Bye, Kaye.
Bye, Rob.
We're ambassadors. We're going to see each other.